Hello and welcome to The Edge of Greatness. And on my last video I talked about perception, and then I said I would also talk about, as part of that, not always wanting to be the leader. Now, what I mean by this, if you're going to set up your own business, you're going to have no choice but to be the leader. But that doesn't mean you always want to shout about being the leader. Now, the problem is, in this social media era, everybody wants to have CEO or managing director or whatever stamped all over their social profile, and fair play, whatever floats your boat. It's not difficult to set up a business and become a managing director of that business. In fact, in the UK, you set up a limited company, you can become a director very, very inexpensively. And in America, I know everybody quite often likes to band around the title CEO. I'm not sure it's being used correctly, but there you go, each to their own. Now, what I'm getting at here is that if you put your ego aside for 1 minute, it's all very well being the managing director or the owner or the CEO or whatever you want to be. But when you're dealing with customers in particular, sometimes you don't want to be or make it known that you run that company, particularly when you're smaller. So again, on my previous film, and if you didn't watch it, click in the link that's going to pop up, and it's worth watching because I talk about perception. You know, sometimes it does you good to have or show that you've almost got a hierarchical system. So you've got, you know, a sales team, you've got middle management, you've got upper management, and it doesn't always do you good to be or band around that you are the manager, because if you are dealing with someone, and I've had it, you know, you're dealing with a customer and you have got potentially other people and other people that could even be better at doing the job than you are, that you've hired them to do. But once someone knows you are the manager, they'll always ask for you, because you are, or as far as they're concerned, you're the decision maker. And once they realise, well, hang on a minute, I want to get the best price, they'll ask for you by name. They'll always want to speak to the manager. They'll try and bypass, if you've got a sales team, they'll try and bypass that sales team to come to you, because they feel you're the one that's going to set the pricing. You're the one that is going to have that final decision on their price. And that was something early on that I had to learn to try and avoid. So I don't sign myself off as managing director. I don't sign myself off as, you know, a manager in a title at all. I purposely avoid that. Now, if I'm dealing with suppliers, sometimes it's better obviously to be the managing director, the decision maker, whatever. That's a different story. But certainly from a customer perspective, I wouldn't be too quick about shouting about the fact that you own the company or you run the company. It quite often will come back to bite you on the backside, because not only will you get overloaded, and that customer, particularly if they become a repeat customer, will always want to deal with you, which is great in one respect, but does hamstring you, because as you try and grow, you bring on a bigger team, you've got more and more people that you've got to deal with, and as the company grows, you will naturally, your job role changes and you become more of a people manager than a company manager as such. It's all about people, and it's about managing those people, and you've got to be able to concentrate on looking after your team and developing your team. And what you can't do if you really want to grow is spend all of your time dealing with the sales, because you're basically, you can't do it. There's not enough hours in the day. And also, it's on my last film I talked about giving yourself breathing space. If people know you are the owner, the manager, the final decision maker, if something goes wrong, guess who they're going to ask for? If they want something, guess who they're going to ask for? If they want that discount, guess who they're asking for? Or just the fact that you've always been the person they've dealt with, guess who they're going to ask for? So yeah, don't be too quick to push yourself as the manager. And also, you take away or you remove that breathing space I talked about before. Having that breathing space is very useful for negotiating, for price, talking about pricing, for offering discounts if you have to. If things go wrong, for giving you that breathing space to talk to your distribution team, your sort of accounts team or whatever. You need that barrier. That barrier is extremely useful to you and will serve you. Eventually you'll have a team and they will be that barrier and they will give you that breathing space. So put the ego aside, guys. Don't worry about your title. The title is not what is going to make you successful in business. That's just your ego getting the better of you. I can understand it when you're new to business. It's exciting. So don't let me take that away from you. But it's not what is important. Hope you found that useful. Please give us a thumbs up if you did. Any questions, drop it in the comments below. Love to answer any questions you've got. And please, importantly, give us a subscribe, because I really want to grow this channel, help you guys out, and hopefully you can help me out. Thanks for watching. This has been The Edge of Greatness. I'm Tim. Speak to you soon.